every time I look at that, there's 15 people saying, hey, I know you hear this all the time, I know you hear this all the time, but go to my page and check out my music. So what you're doing is you're going to somebody who's made it pretty much, and you're saying, come to my page, take your time to come to my page and listen to my music. It's like, that's like going to a girl in a club and saying, here's my number, call me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't gonna happen. They're making bread already. They don't need to go to your page. If you're doing something, they're gonna hear about it. And that's sort of the same thing with the CDs. And it's like, no disrespect to anybody, but a CD nowadays is almost like a cop-out. It's like, this is a digital age. I mean, I saw on TV the other day Mary J. Blige on the Good Morning America or something like that, and they showed her CD. It's like, I mean, everybody, if I would have been her, I'd have been like, put my MySpace page, put my download site, put my iTunes, because, I'm going to take my iPod and put 400 songs on it and go listen to it. Or I'm going to take a CD and I'm going to listen to 10 songs just from you. I mean, nowadays it's about convenience. That's what people do. They want the convenience right now, and you got to figure out a way to be different and give them that convenience. And like Nick said, pull them out of that MySpace world. Take what information you can pull from stuff, because it's a free it's a free site. You can go in there, you can do stuff, you can do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's a free page you can list some of your songs on. So when somebody sees that, now what are you going to do with them? I might like your track, but now what are we going to do with that?
Right.
I'd like to make a comment on that real quick, too. First of all, props to you, man, for writing stuff down. A lot of people don't realize how many people are here that they can learn from. But, the thing about the ringtones, too, is when that hit, that was like boom, and everybody wanted to do ringtones. So my thing I want to say to you is, instead of thinking too much about that, what's the next thing, man? Yeah. Russell Simmons made Fat Farm. Now all of a sudden there's Sean John blah blah. I bet you half the people in this place have a T-shirt named after their gig or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, that's the problem. Is everybody gets just like something hits. Everybody's like, man, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna drop my shirt. I got my shoes out, whatever. So does 2 million other people. What don't 2 million other people have? That's what you should start trying to think of in your mind. Like, what am I going to come up with? Like MySpace, we've been talking about that. Everybody's figuring out how to market on MySpace. Well, what we do where I'm working is figure out what's after MySpace, because I'll tell you what, 3 years ago we did sick websites for cats, and all of a sudden MySpace came along. Man, we probably do that many MySpaces and that many websites now. So instead of trying to know what's hot now and do it, what's hot next? You know what I mean? So that just something to think about there on that.
Yeah, I'd like to say too, first of all, to Morpheus, love the look this year, man. I remember you last year, stepped it up. That's tight.
Thank you, bro.
Real quick, when you're talking about the guys that you just mentioned, and I may be wrong because I haven't seen this in a while, but do you remember the movie The Show?
Sure.
Very beginning of The Show, Jay-Z and DMX, I think it was, right? When was that? 89, 90, right? You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So a lot of these cats that people see out there today, same way people chasing label deals, man. Well, what's a label nowadays compared to back in the day? You sell 2 million CDs. Well, we don't have that luxury because people are downloading stuff for free. So a lot of those guys, same way with Russell. Russell, I just said about the Fat Farm, it was like, well, as soon as he did it, I mean, half of us have read his book. Who else started doing that? So it's kind of like, what are you gonna come up with that's gonna be that next thing? That's what's gonna make you that Jay-Z or that P. Diddy.
Yeah, and I just like to say.